One of the things I like to do throughout the week is save interesting threads and other videos that I find helpful or that I'm going to use for myself or updating and improving my own marketing or my website or my content strategies or whatever it may be. So I always love sharing free game, especially when it's actually good information.
Well, here's content that every brand should make. The first one is make a founding story video or a series around the founding story.
I did this originally with an About Us page on Stammer.ai that explains all of the different videos that I actually made prior to Stammer launching. And after seeing this piece of information, I decided that I definitely need to update this with a founding story video that instead of just shows, here's all the things I did with the videos and all the initial feedback and blah, 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 I need to make one singular video that explains exactly what it is that the company does and how it all works.
People connect with the what founding story video or a series around the founding story. People connect with the what if they know the why. Company that's done this best, Midday Squares. You want to know why we started our company? Spite. They tell their story through the lens of why they're doing this and who they're going against. The next is a TV show like series. On Running, they have a series that got 13 million views. And it was this girl, Lydia, and they sent Lydia to all these different countries. And Lydia was just meeting up with other creators and they would go on a run and she would interview them. It's very engaging. And then she was great at creating content. This technique called Pope in the Pool. So if like I'm saying a hook right now, today I'm going to Belgium to run with X person. Instead of me just saying that to the camera, I'm putting sunscreen on my face, I'm putting my hat on, and it's a way of like just keeping somebody very engaged. It drove 50,000 followers for On Running, like absolutely crushed. It was shot on an iPhone. It didn't cost that much in comparison to like a brand campaign that On Running does.
And this is one of the best things that brands and content creators are doing right now is they're starting a series. So a lot of creators I've been seeing in the last few weeks do something X amount of times for X amount of followers that they have. And it creates this really interesting feedback loop where people become invested in your account and then they want to follow to see what happens next. And if that is more of what they're already doing, it can be kind of interesting. So for example, some extremely viral examples of this in recent weeks have been accounts on gambling, unfortunately, where people say, hey, I'll bet 10 cents for every follower. And you see these videos of them betting just an insane amount of money. And it really creates this feedback. Like, I want to see him win or lose more money. The same could be said with a brand recently smashed where they were smashing all these different cans. And it was like this interesting way of like, how is she going to smash a different can tomorrow? The other type of content that is actually incredibly viral and does really well is content like this, talking directly to the camera, or DTC, as some people like to say. This guy gives a really good kind of overview of how you can create your own funnel with the same kind of format. And it's a mixture of short form and long form videos, but it's all kind of, everything's semi-related with each other. So essentially you have a podcast or something like this where you can talk in a long form manner where it can then be cut into multiple short form pieces of content. And if you can do this at scale consistently, it will go, almost guaranteed. In this example, he says that this editor is producing 15 clips a day. They're posting up to 75 clips a day. The entire spend costs about $35,000 a month, but he's creating 208 million views per month. If we did the math, let's just make this easy on ourselves. What's the CPM? Yeah, so he's getting a 16-cent CPM for 208 million views a month, and it's all organic. Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. I love these types of examples because it's very unique and creative ways to generate a lot of content. And this is also another similar one where this guy found he could generate a ton of free traffic by uploading his images to Giphy. Take a look at this.
This is how I got 52 million views on my art for free. Also keep this between me and you because this is like kind of free game for 2024 if you want to grow a brand. Right, so here's the cheat code, Giphy, right? By now we all know what a GIF is. You see them everywhere on Facebook, Instagram comments, everywhere. And the cool thing about Giphy is whatever you upload and create gets distributed on every single platform.
That's the key.
Instagram, Snapchat, Discord,
automatic.
Everything. Get free distribution across all platforms just by using Giphy. Look at some of my best performing stuff. This little guy got 10 mil just a yes sticker. Just to break down how this works is you use tags related to whatever the random Giphies you made. Here's a new one I made, and I've used tags like, have a great day, see ya. You get the point. Basically, just create tags that are related to how people text, and it's just a free game for you. You want it? Go make a Giphy account. No, this is not an ad.
That has got to be one of the most creative ways that I've seen someone generate traffic for their art. Now, this is specific to art. How do we take advantage of this for businesses? Well, kind of in the same way. I like to think of that brand Duolingo that has that bird as their mascot. That bird or that mascot is so well known throughout their social media that they could easily plug that into some GIFs that say yes, no, hello, goodbye, all of those things that then provide more impressions. When a brand gets to a certain point, especially with paid ads, the focus on certain metrics actually goes down. What actually happens is the focus on overall general impressions is what actually matters at scale when you're spending millions of dollars per month on ads. And when you have something like this that you can upload for free, it really just helps take that ad spend and send that ad spend further, basically. And working off that, one of the last things I wanted to mention is how certain threads that I've been finding are basically just giving out this free game consistently on how they are getting all of their customers. These are the threads that I love saving and bookmarking for a later date because I can come back to it. Because the best thing is it provides perspective. I want to understand and see how other people are succeeding and then be able to take that information and help apply it to my own business or my own ventures. Information like this is highly, highly useful because it provides perspective. I want to see if AppSumo was useful for them when everything that I'm hearing might be saying that lifetime deals are not a good idea. And it's interesting to see that this guy specifically says that his AppSumo lifetime deal was one of the best things that he did, which is very contrary to what I believe, as lifetime deals might not be the best customer type, or people that are looking for discounts inherently are not the best customers, et cetera, et cetera. But after seeing articles like this, I'm now reconsidering everything. One of the easiest things that I think he mentions on here is listing the product to a bunch of different platforms. I've done this, a lot of other competitors and peers have done this, and it's one of the best ways that you can start to get a ton of different backlinks to other places around where your customers are actually looking for alternatives. And this is one of the best things that you can do, especially on Reddit nowadays, because of the latest Google update that just got pushed, where they're now serving results on higher domain authority websites rather than the blog that's on your website. So instead of posting a blog to your website, try to get interest or traction in Google, post that blog to a subreddit and watch how that will rank in Google, not instantly, but almost instantly, because Reddit is viewed as a high domain authority website. The Verge just posted an article about this, talking about microwaves or refrigerators or something. Google needs to get their game together because they're falling behind in terms of taking quality information in from their search engine and then feeding it into their AI so it doesn't tell people to eat glue or all the ridiculous things that Google is doing. That's about it for today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.